Sean Sewell with the Engearment.com podcast, coming at you October 20th, 2023. We've had a very fun, busy month full of absolute incredible opportunities to work with legends and heroes, Pavel Tatsulin, Brett Jones, Fabio Zonin, Doc Hartle, Analisa, and Yoana, Sven Reiger, 100 and some plus more, Jeff Newport, people in StrongFirst community. After we just set up the Teachers of Strength, which is their annual meeting, international meeting. People come from around the world to learn the best practices and best coaching techniques from Brett Jones for StrongFirst. This year, one of the big focuses was the bent press. So some revelations in the technique, and Brett went through and we did drills, and not just the bent press, but other aspects too. My friend Alexi out there from Oakland's finest gave a real good presentation on using the StrongFirst methods in group classes. We talked a little bit about business. Derek Toshner, our fellow Engearment rider who just did Denali, just an outstanding human being. And he was also here a few weeks ago with Kenneth Boyland from Germany, fellow Engearment rider as well, to present the all-terrain conditioning, which, to be totally honest, is my favorite course I've ever taken from StrongFirst, which is saying a lot, as I've taken every course they offer. And even the Mountain Strong, that was really fun. But all-terrain conditioning, Derek and Kenneth really nailed it. Back to the meeting. Derek gave a good presentation on what it was like for him to build his business. A very heartfelt speech. It was great. Analisa was awarded the Chicken Award. I won't go into too much behind the scenes, but the Chicken Award is awarded to one special person per year. It was a really wonderful situation to be there. And the capacity I was there was as audio video. I mean, you know, I have all the cameras and the microphones and audio equipment, and I'm happy to put it to use for the YouTube videos that you often watch, or for the podcast that you're listening to or watching right now. But in this capacity, I got to set up a station and then work directly with Pavel and Fabio and Hector Gutierrez and Brett Jones and all the presenters to video them, not only to record it for later watch, but because there's hundreds of people online all around the world who couldn't make it in person. We had people all over Europe, India, Australia, Korea, a very international seminar. A lot of people came to the U.S. for this, and in fact, I think us Americans were actually in the minority, given how many people traveled from outside the country, our country, to Phoenix, Arizona for the meeting. So it's really fun to be immersed in their culture. On days 2 and 3, my assistants, the people helping me out, were the Director of Operations, Yoana, speaking in Spanish, and then on my left is Analisa, speaking in Italian. So I'm learning like all kinds of Italian, and people are speaking in German and Russian, and it was a lot of fun. As you can tell, I'm pretty excited about it, and really quite an honor to be of service and helpful to them. You know, just trying to herd 100 and 200 people in a seminar and make sure the audio looks good. Audio sounds good and the video looks good. And I got a projector, like a 12-foot screen, and I was able to project not only the I was kind of fun how it blurred out there. Not only able to project the slides that the presenters were going through, but then also able to project people from the Zoom, from the meeting in there. So it was a very interactive meeting. It was so cool too. Afterwards, you know, they gave me really high praise. Pavel and Brett just gave me a huge shout out at the end of each day, and that meant the world to me. Just to, you know, get the opportunity to be in the same room as these mentors to me, but then get to work with them and get a shout out is amazing. Meant a lot. On day 2, Pavel handed me his newest book, which I think just came out, Kettlebell Axe. They made a little personal note, which is always cool. Power to Sean, Pavel. So that's very meaningful. It's a good book too. Just came out. It's on Amazon. And then Doc Hartle, his book is right up there. We had him right there. We had him on the podcast a few weeks ago to talk about that book. And I'm going to do a review for his book as well as Pavel's here really soon. They're both really good. Doc's book is fantastic about the illustrations and the anatomy of using kettlebells, not just StrongFirst methods, but other methods. Not that StrongFirst is the only way to do things. It's just a very efficient and strong way to do it. That's why I teach it. But there are other ways, modalities to use kettlebells, and Doc covers that in his book, which is really quite nice. I could go on for half an hour about how amazing this weekend was and the people I have to thank for it. It was an absolute incredible experience, and I look forward to the next one. And it was also nice to take a break from coaching in person, which I love doing, and doing the YouTube videos and the reviews. I took 5 days off from those works. You may not have seen it because I purposefully made a video every day at noon to go live while I was out of town, and so I'm trying to learn how to make better systems in place here and really tap into the power of our Engearment team. That way, you know, when I'm not able to be running the ship, I could take a step or two back to do some family stuff, or heck, maybe I just take a day off. Maybe I take 2 days off and go camp and splitboard. I should look into doing that. I'll make that happen. So, but yeah, so this weekend I'm having some riders over. We're going to huddle up and see what we can do to make the Engearment system more fluid, and also, most importantly for you, to make your experience better. See, started Engearment 10 years ago, and you know, had a lot of opportunity to become better, and so we evolved as best as possible, and then 5 years ago I took it over completely. And in doing so, I had to reverse engineer every line of code, every picture, every review, thousands of them. It's monotonous. But my good friend Trevor Edward, fellow Engearment rider as well, he took it on with me. We sat down for like a week nonstop and made the best version of the website and then the YouTube channel as possible. And on a sad note, Trevor passed away last month, had a tough battle with cancer. It was at his service, or at his celebration of life rather, with his partners and or partner, and it was really amazing to share our experience, Trevor and I's experience as good friends. He was you know, involved not only with Engearment, but also he's my main hiking partner. And when I wrote the article with Pavel and Eric Frohart about using the strong endurance protocols, that then became the basis for the Quick and the Dead, page 43. And where's the Quick? That's right behind the picture of Riley back there. And yeah, Trevor was with me testing those protocols out. So he's greatly missed, and kind of an honor of him. It's been 5 years now. This week actually has been 5 years since I rebuilt Engearment. So I'm going to rebuild it again. So hopefully the updates to the website make the experience on your end quicker, more helpful. And honestly, give me some feedback, please. I took out ads years ago. The ads do make money. I mean, who doesn't want to make money for your work? I sure as heck do. But I felt like the ads were kind of taken away from the website, so I took them out. So the website does not make me any money. The affiliate links do. So if you want to support the channel, please click on the affiliate links. Full disclosure, we get compensated if you click on them. Doesn't cost you any more money. If you're going to purchase it anyways from REI or Backcountry or from the website, think for an extra second. Can we support Engearment team by clicking on this link? Heck yeah, you can. Doesn't cost you more money. You still get the same price from the place you're going to buy it from. And then that 4% or 5% helps me maintain the website, maintain the camera equipment, the audio equipment, put fuel in the truck so I can go up to mountains and shoot the reviews on the gear that you are here to see work. And that helps me, you know, my goal next year is to get better equipment into the riders' hands, so they're not trying to shoot reviews on their cell phones, using up their space. All the riders are running out of space on their cell phones because they're trying to shoot good videos, and you don't just shoot a video in one take. Nobody does that. It takes like 10 takes. You don't erase the videos, and then all of a sudden you're out of space and you can't take pictures and videos of your kids or your dogs or what have you, and you know, it gets a little frustrating. So my goal next year, whether the riders know this yet or not, is to get a camera and a microphone to each of them so they can use that and go shoot the content, plus it'll look consistent and sound consistent, and then frees up their personal equipment for their own personal use. That's my goal for next year. And it starts this weekend. I'm going to get some cameras in the hands and microphones into ears and make it happen. Okay, talked a lot about the background of that. The next big thing. There's a lot of big things we're working on right now. So I guess I just shared with you the big overhaul, but that's not that exciting. This next part is exciting. So every year, I help run and host the annual Beacon Bash here in Denver, Colorado. For example, here's a flyer from a previous year. It's a professional event. I mean, look at the brands we have involved. We have Arc'teryx, BCA, Backcountry Access, Ortovox. Of course, we have Colorado Personal Fitness and Engearment, my brands, Stio, Bentgate, Spark R&D, Splitboard Bindings, Big Agnes, Stio, Phantom Splitboard Boots, Zeal Goggles, Tin Cup Whiskey, and Colorado Adventure Guides. And this is one from 3 years ago. This year, we have like 5 times the people involved. In fact, I just got off of a meeting with, this is going to sound like I'm just dropping names, but I am. These are the companies that want to work with us. And they reached out to us to work with us. Gore-Tex, Adventure Wagon, which that's the big van that Devin recently did a review, and my wife and dogs and I reviewed last year. Adventure Wagon will be there. This is cool. Cascade Designs asked what they can do to support us. So Cascade Designs would be Thermarest. So we're going to be able to give away some sleeping bags. Because if you're going to the Beacon Bash, the goal of the Beacon Bash is to help you practice your skills using your beacon. Or if you don't know what a beacon is, you can learn what a beacon is, and we'll have guides there from Colorado Adventure Guides showing you how the beacons work, the probe, the shovel. And then we'll have a beacon park. On one end, we'll have Ortovox, and on the other end we'll have BCA, Backcountry Access. And I'm going to probably pan the camera in a second. I have like 50 boxes of gear from companies I'm going to mention here in a second to give away. And it's just October. It hasn't snowed yet. It's 85 degrees out there and nobody's thinking about snow. So it's hard to plan these kind of events that are snow recreation based when everybody wants to go bike and go fishing and hiking and stuff. But tell you what, the second that snow starts falling, probably next week, everybody's going to be, can we get involved with the Beacon Bash? Oh my God, I can't wait for the backcountry season. It happens every year. It's so funny. But back to the companies I just had a meeting with, Gore-Tex, Adventure Wagon, Thermarest, MSR, because again, if you're a backcountry skier, you're probably going to camp too. We're going to have tents. We're going to have stoves. We're going to have food from Backcountry Pantry. We're going to have whiskey from Wyoming Whiskey. We're going to have a lot of whiskey. That was not hard to find. Whiskey people want to be involved, and beer, a lot of beer. If you drink, if you don't, like my wife's not drinking right now, so we'll have hydration stations and electrolytes and stuff like that too. Other brands involved: Zeal Optics, Smith Optics, helmets as well, Arcade Belts, Ortovox, BCA, Mammut. Believe Patagonia isn't going to get involved. Artelec Clothing, who is run by a splitboarder, backcountry snowboarder, will be involved. I don't have the official list in front of me, so I'm not going to try and just drop names, but it's going to be huge. And a little bit more about the Beacon Bash, which I've mentioned in probably a dozen podcasts now. The Beacon Bash is a free event. We're hosting it at Winter Park. In fact, Winter Park came to us to make sure we wanted to host it with them. They're giving us their entire mountain, their entire base, the gondola, the whole area is ours on a Saturday in December. And they offered us a band and a stage too. I don't know what we're going to do with the band, but we got a band. And again, it's a free event. So people who are backcountry curious or backcountry focused, definitely come check it out. And then it being at the base of Winter Park Ski Resort is going to have a whole transient audience of people who are just there to ski. And probably the kids, and they're like, what's backcountry? I'm like, well, glad you asked. Come on in, stop at this booth first, then go there and learn all about it. This is a beacon. Go to the Beacon Park, practice. You like that? Cool. Drop us $20, drop us $100, get some raffle tickets, $5 a piece, or arm's length for $100. And I have my sales crew lined up. I have 4 of my friends' daughters to help me out. Everybody likes cute girls, and they love doing it. And we have our point of sale set up. Oh, that's the big thing. So, bootstrapping this as a dirtbag myself. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to process credit card payments, going through my business, and then I have to pay the fee and then give the money to nonprofits, Colorado Avalanche Information Center, Friends of Birthday Pass, and the Winter Park Ski and Rescue Team, the dog team, because we love dogs. We raised like $10,000 last year, which is great, but then I processed all these fees, and I'm like, wait a minute, that wasn't income to me, and I paid fees, and it just got messy with my CPA. So to fix the problem, we are now a nonprofit, a 501c3 as of this week, thanks to my brother Wade Lancaster for making that happen. And then the talk was, where do we send people? Like, do we have it be part of Weston? Because Weston did the heavy lifting the last 2 or 3 years, and Wade and I kind of took a step back and just were there to support and run the event. But Weston really did the heavy lifting, and we couldn't have done it without Ben Hilly and the Weston team. That was amazing. But they wanted to give it back to us this year. So now it's Wade and I, and Will Coleman's back in the picture, the original 3 founding members of the Beacon Bash. And so instead of trying to host it on Engearment, because we will and waiter Engearment riders as well, I kind of wanted to separate it and make sure the focus was on Beacon Bash, not Engearment's Beacon Bash, or not Weston's Beacon Bash, or Winter Park's Beacon Bash. The Beacon Bash is a Beacon Bash, and it's been so successful, they've actually replicated the Beacon Bash to go to different states. Last year, I think we had 4 or 5 events. We had Utah, I think Washington State, and New Mexico, and somewhere else. This year, we have at least 5. We have one going down next month in Brighton, Utah, and then one in Washington State. So to make it consistent, to make the experience consistent in different states, and to make sure that the people running the other Beacon Bashes are consistent with our message and our brand, we created the beaconbash.org website. So it goes live right now. I'm going to push go live. You can go check it out. You can learn more about the Beacon Bash. There's even a button to donate. So you don't even have to be at the Beacon Bash if you want to contribute to the nonprofit and make sure that you are supporting local avalanche information centers. So you got NWAC up there, Pacific Northwest. You got the Utah one. You got us here in Colorado. We have CAIC. Colorado Avalanche Information Center. That's the Beacon Bash, December 2nd. It's a Saturday. It's 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's awesome. It's free. It's kid friendly. You can make it a day. You can make it a part of your day. You can go ski. You're at a ski resort. You can go ski and come back for the raffle. You can do whatever you want. Just support. Get involved. Okay, that's the Beacon Bash. My excitement about that. Reviews. I don't even know if I want to cover reviews in here. I would try and capture what we've been working on and what we're going to be working on, but it's so hard. There's so much stuff going on. What am I excited about right now, gear-wise? Oh, well, going into splitboarding season, I should have brought it closer so I can put it on camera. I'm going to be testing out some goggles from Jolbo, and I love Jolbo's goggles. They're 0 to 4. Yeah, not 1 to 3, not 0 to 2, not 2 to 3, 0, completely clear, to 4, full-on alpine glacier dark tip. That's cool. And then behind me is my custom splitboard that Weston hooked me up with. It is their new version of the Backwoods, and the graphic on there is from a Native American artist, and it's called the Salmon Coalition, and so they're raising money and awareness on making sure that the salmon have a safe habitat. Personally, I love salmon. I eat salmon at least once a day, so I think this is a cool thing to get behind. And it's a great splitboard. And other brands got involved with the coalition too. Smartwool, Pret helmets, and Zeal Optics. So Zeal sent over their line of salmon, Save the Salmon goggles. So we'll be testing those out. I can't say what we're working on with Smith. I had to sign an NDA, but it's going to change the goggle industry. I'll just say that in a big way. I want to say more, but I won't. NDAs are there for a reason. Other people I'm working with is pretty exciting. GoPro. I think I can share this now. They will have some new software, and they're sending over their new cameras. People know that there's going to be a new GoPro every year, so I can say that. That's not going around anything that people wouldn't assume, but I'll be testing the new gears out, the new cameras out, and so stay tuned for that. And their new editing software is actually quite a bit better than the current Quick software, so that's good. I went through and broke it repeatedly with them on the line. We had like a virtual meeting, and they're like, what would you do in this situation? And I go there and I would break the software, and so they took notes, and hopefully my testing of the software helps you edit your GoPro footage quicker and more efficiently and make it look better. Good stuff. YouTube, and this is fun. So obviously we have a YouTube channel. If you don't know, please check it out. There's really cool reviews on there, and interviews and podcasts, and behind the scenes stuff. And just the goal there is obviously to review gear, usually before it comes out, so you can get excited about it. Like, we have so much stuff from Patagonia. It just came in. I can't say, but it's the new version of Gore-Tex, the EPE, so the very eco-friendly version of it. And we got a lot of it. And on the YouTube channel, we have not only reviews from me, but we had reviews from a lot of the other riders. Dan Jimenez is working on some kayak stuff out there in Hawaii. Devin Dowd. Devin Michael got married last week. Congrats to Devin and Jeremy. Now she is Devin Dowd. So I need to update all of her articles to reflect her last name now. She has some really good ones she put up recently, and a lot more on the way. Oh, speaking of snowboards, Arbor Snowboards reached out to work together, so I'll be doing a review on one of their new split boards, and Devin will be doing a review on one of the women's snowboards, so stay tuned for that. And I'm getting sidetracked. Oh, Kate Agathan, the rock star. She's been with me since the very beginning. She had a really tough time this summer, had a very major medical situation. She's recovering incredibly well, and she just sent over 3 articles last night. First articles since her medical situation, so just super grateful to have her feeling better, doing better, and getting a chance to go out to the outdoors, which she loves so much, and recreate and enjoy, and then provide very helpful reviews for all you out there. Some mountain hardware gear from her, so stay tuned for that. Her partner Paul, thank God for Paul, who's actually a triage nurse in the ER, so able to help her really quickly. Has reviews up on some biking stuff. He's really done a fantastic job of nailing the mountain biking and road biking in the mountains. They live in Silverthorne angle. Just a great power couple right there. Other stuff. There's so much stuff. Working on with Black Diamond on some new stuff. Oh God, I'm stumped. Oh, I have a cheat sheet here. Peak Design. Oh my God, how can I forget Peak Design? I gotta get a drink real quick. Okay, if you don't know what Peak Design is, Peak Design makes camera bags, cubes, content creator stuff, and iPhone cases. Got the Peak Design case right here, magnetic charge. This is the 13. I had to order the 15 because they did not have in stock the 1 terabyte big Max Pro that I needed. I need a terabyte. Yeah, this one is a half terabyte and it's full. I can't add video to it, and I don't even shoot video on here. This is just videos of my dog and my nieces. So yeah, maybe I should stop shooting in 4K 60 everything, but I love capturing videos of people I care about and my dog. So anywho, Peak Design sent over everything they make. I'm not even kidding. I already have their packing cubes, camera cubes. They have a new size, the extra small, which is actually perfect for my everyday carry camera, which is the ZV-E1 with the little cheater APS-C lens and 2 sets of microphones and batteries. Boom, I keep that in my pack at all time. And it is, of course, a Peak Design pack. And then they sent over this is the extra small. They sent over the small. They sent over the large, which I love. And so that's why I would carry my bigger camera. The A7R5 with a bigger lens. And of course, the drone that we shoot the videos and stuff from. Sounds like I'm rambling right now. Okay, but Peak Design sent over literally every iPhone case for the new Pro Max. So I'll be able to show you the colors, how they look next to each other once my phone comes in, hopefully Monday of next week. The Jolbo 004, talked about that. Smith Blue Blocker glasses. So they sent over these blue blocking glasses because I spend a lot of time in front of the computer. If I spend too much time, my eyes start to twitch, and these are the Smith Blue Blocker. You can also get them prescription. I'll have a review on those. I have 2 Smith helmets for reviewing. Paca. Oh yeah, so the next video I'm shooting is for Paca. It's alpaca wool clothing. It's very, very comfortable. So the hoodie and the pants we're doing a review on. Oh, and a European company, we're testing out. Sometimes when we test things out, we have to download software. We have to download access to apps. There's development software for apps before it goes to public, and so you download this software that allows you to download a beta app. It's pretty cool behind the scenes stuff, and maybe someday I'll do a video on how that works. But we had to do that for this company called Alec, and what these are is backcountry communications. So currently my setup, and a lot of people's setup, is the BCA Link. I like the Link 2, which is a walkie-talkie, and it's a 2-part one. So it's a walkie-talkie right here. You keep on your strap next to your chest, or whichever side you want to put it on, and the cord goes into a receiver unit that goes into the brain, the top pocket of your backpack. The Alec Pucks, they're just out of camera view, are these little Wi-Fi things that clip onto your strap right around on your goggle, and it's a 2-way communication device, and they send over 2 sets, so that way a team of 4 of us can communicate without having to push to talk with the Rocky-Talkie or other walkie-talkie. Yeah, Rocky-Talkie is a cool brand here from Denver. We have quite a few of those, but this way you can just copy that I'm standing by this big tree, that kind of thing. Pale blue batteries. So these are really cool. We reviewed these, I think, 5 years ago. I really like the idea. They're rechargeable batteries, but they're not like rechargeable batteries that you would use for home per se. They actually have a USB-C, thank God it's C, plug on the battery itself so you can recharge the battery, and they included a solar panel to recharge from the sun to the battery. So that's pretty cool. We'll have that up soon. Dometic sent over their Dometic Go line, which we saw with Kevin about 2 years ago. And I've already reviewed their fridge, which I love. It's the most durable fridge I've ever used. It's lasted 3 years, every day being on. And then their water system, the faucet, and 11 liters, not 10, because they're Spinal Tap. They go to 11. Water system, I love that. But they sent over their chair, which is a really great chair. And then the bench. The bench blew my mind. It folds into a bench. You can fit 3 or 4 people on it. It's great. I've been using it to... using the chair and the bench as my mobile office when I'm shooting videos in the mountains. And then the chair heater. It's a little pad that goes to a USB power bank, and you can charge it. So we did a review on some binoculars about a month ago, and they were amazing. And that was a fun video to shoot. Hopefully you guys like that one. So Knox sent over their binoculars, much more cost effective, like a sixth of the price, but still very good optics and nice and lightweight. So I had that up. Cool. Oh, we love Cool. I'm wearing Cool shorts at the moment, and I have been for the last 6 months. Just love Cool. They're sending over the Revolt Pant, Invigorator, and the Stretch Voyager jacket. So I'll have reviews on the cool stuff here very soon. Slovakia, I hope I said that right, from Europe, from the Dolomites, sent over these boots that are nuts. I actually might give them to somebody else to use them. A few of our Engearment riders are going down to Mexico to hike the 3rd highest peak in North America. I'm not even going to try and say its name. Something with the Pikachu in there. It can't be Pikachu. It's a high peak. That's all I know. 18,000 feet, give or take. So I'm going to make sure I think Dan Jimenez might be the right person for that one. And Soloea GTX boots, and they have Pomoka traction. Pomoka, I thought they just made skins for skis and splitboards. Apparently they make traction, much like Goodyear or Michelin or Vibram would do. I think, is that it? That can't be it. I hope that's it. Oh, Helly Hansen. God, there's so much going on. Helly Hansen has a new professional line of clothing for backcountry professionals. Guides, specifically. And they have a new waterproof breathable membrane that they claim is like 30K. And so I was like, prove it. Send it over. So they're sending over one of their jackets. The BC Backcountry Odin Infinity Pro... Sounds like I'm just spitting words up. I think that's what it's called. The Helly Hansen BC Odin Infinity shell jacket. So we'll have that here soon. I know I'm missing like 80% of the stuff, but it's enough. This is a long podcast. It's almost 30 minutes. Oh, and then the holiday gift guide. That'll be out here in a month. So a lot of stuff we review. People ask what's your favorite stuff, and we have lists of favorite stuff, not just myself, but so we're gonna ask the writers, hey, what's your 5 favorite things? What are you super excited about? What would you buy for somebody you care about? So we'll put this in the holiday gift guide, and of course all the stuff in the holiday gift guide we have reviewed and tested and probably have a video on it, so you know how it looks, fits, and functions, right? I know it's really, really easy to put together a little buyer's guide and just have like hyperlinks to stuff, which is what 99% of people out there do. By people, I mean media outlets. And I'm not talking negative about it. I see its purpose. It helps people buy things that, it gives them ideas for loved ones. And they put good SEO into it, and they market it. And then good for them. We're not like that. We use the gear, and I would give you this advice online and in person. Like when we do a review, I mean it. This is something I'd recommend. If I don't review stuff we wouldn't recommend in the first place. That's why I have so much extra stuff I just give away, because I'm like, this is not good enough for our audience. So I'm not going to waste my time. And that's why we don't have bad reviews, because I don't want to waste your time or my time. But to save you time, we'll have our holiday gift guide, and that will be live before Thanksgiving, I'm hoping. So, and I'm having surgery next week, so I should have about 4 days downtime. So I hope to get that structured and put together. think that covers it. All right. Thank you for listening this far. Hopefully this was exciting. Hopefully my passion for all these things comes through. Can be pretty infectious at times, I'm sure. I only had goosebumps, and I still have goosebumps probably 10 times during this conversation because I'm so excited about all the things we're working on. Okay, I'm Sean Sewell, owner and director of Stoke. And until next time, take care.